I opened my eyes slowly to the sound of muffled voices. Two men arguing. My vision was still blurry, but I could make out their silhouette. Daniel, Derek, both of them in my living room, both of them shouting. She's weak. Can't you see that? Derek's voice thundered. And what are you doing here? Then I snapped. This is my fiancé. Well, maybe you should have acted like it before now. Daniel shot back. Get out of here before I lose it. Daniel roared. That's when I sat up and screamed, Stop it! Both of them rushed into the room. Anita! Daniel rushed to my side. You fainted. I was about to call an ambulance. I nodded slowly, avoiding Derek's eyes. I'm okay, just a little dizzy. Daniel looked at me, love and concern. You've lost weight. You haven't been eating. What's really going on, babe? I swallowed hard, my heart pounding. Before I could respond, Derek caught him from the doorway. Tell him, Anita. Tell him what? Daniel turned sharply to face him. Derek, please, I whispered. No, he said firmly. He deserves to know. Daniel stood up slowly. Know what? Somebody better start talking now before I lose my mind. The silence in the room grew heavier than a thundercloud. My lips trembled. My fingers were eyes. Then the words I had dreaded mostly finally escaped my mouth. I was pregnant. Daniel's brows furrowed. What? I lost it yesterday, I continued, my voice cracking. I didn't want to tell you until I was sure. He moved closer and sat beside me. Anita, why didn't you call me? I would have. His sentence stopped mid-air. His face darkened. He looked between me and Derek, slowly, calculating, then whispered, Wait, whose baby was it? The air froze. No fan, no breeze, just the pounding of my heart. I couldn't answer. I didn't have to. Daniel stood up, his face turning pale. He looked at Derek. You? Derek didn't say anything. He didn't have to. Daniel staggered back like someone had stabbed him in the chest. You slept with my fiancé? He shouted. Daniel, I tried to explain, but he flung the bouquet he brought across the room. And you, he turned to Derek, his voice shaking. You're my twin, bro. My own blood. How could you? It was an accident, Derek said quietly. Neither of us planned it. Oh, so accidentally sleeping with my woman makes it okay. Daniel turned to me again, heartbroken, heartbreak written all over his face. I loved you, Anita. I was going to marry you. Tears flooded my eyes. I knew. I didn't mean to. You did it, he yelled. You let him touch you. You kissed him. You. He stopped talking, then stormed out, slammed the door so hard the windows rattled. I collapsed into Derek's arms, crying uncontrollably. Everything was destroyed. The engagement, my baby, my peace. Derek held me tight. I'm sorry, he whispered, but I wasn't sure. Sorry could fix this. That night, Daniel didn't call. The next morning, his number wasn't going through. By afternoon, I got a text from his mother. Please stay away from my son. You've embarrassed our family, And just like that, the wedding was called off. But it wasn't over, because 2 weeks later, a shocking knock came at my door. When I opened it, it was Daniel's ex-girlfriend, Linda, and she wasn't alone. She held a child in her arms. This baby, she said coldly, is Daniel's. I stood at the door frozen. Linda, with a baby, claiming Daniel was the father. I blinked, hoping I was imagining things. But she stood there boldly, one hip tittled, her eyes fixed on mine like a hunter sizing her prey. Are you going to let me in, or should I say it loud enough for your neighbors to hear? She didn't wait for an answer, just pushed her way inside. Excuse me, I said, regaining myself. But she was already sitting on my sofa, like she owned the place, bouncing the baby gently. You might want to sit down for this, Anita, she said coldly, because the truth is about to slap you. I crossed my arms, not moving. You said this baby is Daniel's? She smirked. Oh, now you want to hear. Linda and I weren't friends, but I've seen her before, years ago. She was Daniel's on and off ex, the one he claimed was toxic and obsessed. He told me she used to stalk him. He never mentioned the child. She eyed me now, taking her sweet time before speaking. Daniel and I, we really never ended things, not fully. I felt my stomach tighten. She leaned forward, smiling. While you were busy planning your perfect wedding, I was busy raising his real family. The baby cooed softly. How old is he? I asked slowly. 6 months. My head began to spin. That meant Daniel was cheating while we were already engaged. I sat down, completely drained. You don't believe me? She asked, reaching into her bag and pulling out photos. Daniel holding the baby, feeding him, kissing his forehead. I stared, silent. And then came the bomb. He's been sending money to us monthly. I kept quiet for too long. But when I heard the wedding was called off, I knew it was time to step in. I looked up. What do you want from me? Linda smirked. Nothing, darling. I already won. You were stressing over a baby that is gone, while mine is breathing, healthy and loved. I wanted to scream, to throw something, to break down. But I did it. Instead, I whispered, please leave. Linda stood up, adjusted her wig, and said her final words before walking out. Men lie, Anita. Twins lie too. You just picked the wrong one first. As the door shut behind her, I broke down. I cried like a woman who had lost everything, because I had. Later that night, Derek came over. I told him everything about Linda, the baby, the picture, the betrayal. He listened quietly, then stood and said, I told you he never really deserved you. But you tricked me too, I whispered. He nodded slowly, and I've hated myself every day since. But I didn't lie to you about how I felt. Silence. Then you said, let me prove it. What do you mean? I will do whatever it takes to earn your trust again. Not as Daniel's twin, but as Derek, the man who loves you. I looked at him, broken, confused, tired. But deep inside, a part of me still wanted love. Real love. Could it come from the same man who turned my life upside down? I didn't know, but I was about to find out. Because a few days later, Derek took me out on a quiet date. No drama, no secret. And by the end of that night, he pulled out a tiny box from his jacket, opened it slowly, and said, let me give you love my twin never could. I stared at the ring in Derek's hand. Simple, elegant, gold. No diamonds, no flash. Just him kneeling in front of me in a quiet rooftop restaurant in Lekki. I'm not asking you to say yes right now, he said, voice gentle. I just want you to know I'm not going anywhere. Tears gathered in my eyes, not because I was sad, but because I wasn't sure what I felt anymore. A part of me longed for peace, for someone who saw me. Another part of me feared that saying yes would make me look weak, desperate, disloyal to my past. Still, I took the box and closed it gently. Derek, I said softly, my heart is still in pieces. Then let me help you pick them up. One by one, I smiled weakly. It wasn't a yes, but it wasn't a no either. The first few days were calm, no drama, no bleeding, no lies. For once, I was beginning to breathe again. I even started painting again, something I hadn't done in over a year. Derek gave me space. He didn't pressure me. He just stayed close enough to remind me he cared. It was almost like healing until Daniel showed up again. It was a Sunday evening. I was on my balcony watering my plants when I heard the knock. I opened the door and saw him. Daniel, hair uncombed, beard grown, shirt wrinkled, but his eyes still sharp, still hurting. "Can we talk?" he asked. I opened the door wider. "Come in." We sat. Silence filled the room until he finally spoke. "I don't know how to face you," he said. I said nothing. "I didn't plan to hurt you. With Linda, it was a mistake, a one-time thing." 6 months ago, I asked. He nodded slowly. "I was weak, and the monthly money," his jaw tightened. "I wanted to be responsible, even while lying to me, while planning a wedding with me." My voice was rising now. He closed his eyes. "I messed up." "No, Daniel, you destroyed everything." He looked at me, pain swimming in his gaze. "But what about you? You slept with my twin." My chest tightened. "I didn't plan it," I whispered. "I thought it was you. And you didn't stop." My voice cracked. "I regret that night every single day." There was silence again. Then he stood. "Do you love him?" I blinked. "What?" "Derek, do you love him?" I looked away. "I don't know." He gave a bitter chuckle. "Funny. I came here thinking I will ask for a second chance, but I guess you've moved on." "No," I said. "I'm still trying to move forward." He nodded, heading to the door. But before he stepped out, he turned and said, "Then maybe the only thing left for both of us is goodbye." As soon as he left, I broke down. But this time, I didn't cry because of pain. I cried because the past was finally closing, and I was free to decide what future I wanted. Later that night, Derek sent a message. "You don't have to wear the ring yet, but I'll keep waiting until you're sure." What he didn't know was that I had already worn it, just once, alone in my room, and it felt right. But something in my spirit still whispered, "Not yet," because one more secret was about to surface, and it would change everything. I had just finished dinner when the call came. Unknown number, no name, no warning. "Hello," I answered. A soft female voice responded. "Good evening. Am I speaking with Miss Anita?" "Yes, who is this?" "My name is Nurse Clara. I work at Best Bridge Diagnostics. I believe you visited here a few weeks ago." My heart skipped. "Yes, I came for a pregnancy test." "Not just that," she replied, her tone cautious. "Someone came in shortly after you. A man. He asked for a private paternity test to be matched with your sample." My stomach turned. "Wait, what?" She lowered her voice. I shouldn't be calling, but something about the test result had been bothering me. I sat down. "Please talk." She paused. The test showed no genetic match between the man and the pregnancy. I froze. "What man?" I asked. The name on the phone was Derek Benson. My blood ran cold. "But that means," I whispered. "Yes, ma'am," she said. "If he's who he claims he is, then he's not the father of your lost pregnancy." I ended the call with trembling hands. My heart was beating so loud I could hear it in my ears. Derek knew. He had gone behind my back to confirm if the baby was his. And when he found out he wasn't the father, he said nothing. Why? Why? Why would he still claim the child? Why would he lie? I needed answer. Immediately, I picked my phone and called him. Hey, beautiful, he said, picking up. I was just about to check on you. We need to talk, I said sharply. What's wrong? Now, Derek, I'm coming over. His apartment was quiet when I got there. He opened the door shirtless, but the moment he saw my face, he sobered. He sobered up. You found out, he said. So it's true, I demanded. The baby wasn't yours. He sighed, walked over to the bar and poured himself a glass of water. Yes, my legs weakened. You knew all along, and you still said all those things. Let me believe it was your child. He turned slowly, his face filled with regret. I lied, yes, but not to manipulate you. I lied because I didn't want to lose you completely. Tears stung in my eyes. You should have told me the truth. I was scared, he said. After everything that happened, I thought the truth would drive you away. I was willing to love that child regardless. And now I ask, now that the child is gone, what are you willing to love? You. His voice was firm. You, Anita, even if you came to me with another man's child today, I will still choose you. Silence filled the room. And just then, as I was about to speak, a soft knock came at the door. Derek looked confused. We both turned. He opened the door, and standing there was a woman, tall, slim, beautiful, with a tiny girl holding her hand. Her eyes scanned me from head to toe. Then she turned to Derek. Derek, she said gently, that's why my daughter keeps calling you father.